Chris.
Yes, that's me.
We're here in Hawthorne. You're homeless. Tell me about it.
Well, most of the time it gets pretty rough. No showers, no charge for our phones, sometimes no food, but we survive. I recycle. That way I don't have to do crimes. A lot of people don't like it, but I figure they're throwing it away, why not take advantage of other people's trash, right? Instead of going out and steal something, I recycle. I survive, I live pretty good. I take care of a few people, try to anyway. I just try to help everybody out, you know, and try to show them different ways to survive out here.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me, is that you help teach other people how to recycle.
Right. Because it's an income. It's something where they don't have to go out and try to steal something. Because most of the people around, besides the trash that they complain about, which kind of accumulates pretty quick, I don't know how, but it does, they complain about people stealing, breaking into their cars or garages and whatnot. You know, and homeless gets blamed for all of it.
Right.
Even though we don't do it most of the time. Sometimes they probably do. Most of the time we don't, and we get blamed for it because I think what it is the people that are doing it know there's homeless around, so they know that we're going to get blamed, so they get away with it more often.
Well, it's the stigma surrounding homelessness.
Exactly.
Which we were just talking about.
Exactly.
And
like our last camp we got moved because we were charging our phones and whatnot off their electricity on their poles. Didn't cost them nothing, but hanging around there, they decided, well, we were doing, because I guess it was a car lot,
right,
actually, and the car lots got broke into a few times, so of course they blamed homeless because they had groups of them standing out front charging their phones and whatnot, so that was kind of hard. We got kicked out of that place just because of that.
People, they believe all homeless people are lazy or bums or drug addicts or, you know, criminals in this situation.
Yes, they're stereotyped. That is true.
Stigma. So what are some tips for recycling?
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of places you can go. I prefer, when it's trash day, go around and go into the trash, and, you know, some people don't go straight to their dumpsters behind stores or supermarkets, warehouses, whatever like that. I prefer going through the trash cans. It's less work, a little cleaner, and easier, I think.
I tell people, I haven't dumpster dived in years, but I always say, don't let the first layer scare you. The good stuff's at the bottom.
Exactly. And you'd be surprised some of the things you find in dumpsters or trash cans. I've found so many new stereo things and all kinds, I mean, a little bit of everything you find. And it's kind of amazing that, according to the World Report or whatever, how they're short on this and short on that. Well, you should see some of the things people throw away. I mean, brand new stuff, not even opened, they throw away, we find. It's a pretty good way to survive, I think, out here.
Well, ideally, having a job that paid a living wage that you could afford a place with a shower, and that would be a better way to survive.
It would. But some people can't work. Out here, there's a lot of people that can't work.
Or they're not hireable. Nobody will hire them.
Right, because of past, you know, because like they say, everybody remembers the bad, but nobody remembers the good. And that's true. I've dealt with that a lot. No matter how good I do, they always remember the bad. And that's kind of hard on you too. So.
Now, you said you've been in this location 6 months.
Yes.
And you have to move often?
Not from this location, but usually, yeah, we do. We're lucky if we make it 6 months. Because people around, like the neighborhoods, they, you know, like you say, it's a stigma. We're a stigma to them. We're this, we're that. So they call and complain, and we end up having to move because too many complaints. Or sometimes it's because there's too much buildup of trash. I myself try to keep where I'm at and my camp at fairly trashless. It doesn't always work, but a lot of times it does. Like this time, we kind of gave up because we thought we were going to be moving real fast. So we kind of let it go, but you know, we try to keep it up. And
what people don't understand is that there is no trash pickup.
no, there's not.
One thing, humans create trash.
Yes, they
Guaranteed.
do. Guaranteed.
All of us.
Yep.
And without trash pickup, so all the people complaining about homeless camps with trash, what they need to complain about is that there's no trash pickup.
Right, right. And I mean, we do what we can to get it to dumpsters and whatnot, but sometimes it gets in abundance. But like me and Matt were talking, if we could get a dumpster out here,
right,
and have them open, even if they empty it like once a month, that'd be cool.
And you guys would use it. Most,
most
places I know want to keep their place clean.
Yeah, we'd have no
but
trash.
It's hard to keep up with the trash.
It is. It really is. Because even like if you're out recycling, you find other things, you bring them back. So now you got double what you were going to bring back. You take the recycling and get your money for it, but then you start all that extra, and it accumulates and accumulates and accumulates. Yeah, it's a big buildup. But like you say, if a dumpster would be a blessing. They'd have no problem with trash. They wouldn't have to worry about really nothing, I don't think.
Now, you've been out here how long?
7 years.
7 years. You remember when you ended up on the streets. Now, what happened?
I was released from prison. I didn't really have nowhere to go. And I went through a drug program to get off parole. I went to the program, I got off parole like I wanted to. I told myself I'll never go back to jail, which is a blessing, I haven't. But I've been out on the streets, you know, and...
Which is why you recycle instead of doing crimes.
Exactly. And because I told myself I will not go to jail again. So I come out here, I do what I can do to survive. I try to help other people to survive out here, to show them the way or whatnot, and I do my best. Some say I do good, some don't say nothing, so, you know. But I think overall I'm accomplishing something. I'm helping other people, at least.
You've created community from what I've
Yes,
heard.
I have.
You watch out for your neighbors.
I do.
Which is something more people in the suburbs should do.
I agree.
You know,
You know, there is crime in homeless, but it's usually against each other more than your neighbors, you know, as you say, that housing stuff and whatnot.
It's survival mode.
Exactly.
You know, people get desperate when you have a hungry stomach or you're getting dope sick and, you know, the drugs take over and you've got to have a fix.
Yes, sir.
So often, that's what people don't understand about addiction is that there's, you know, it takes over.
Right. You know, and I've met plenty of different people, different types of people out here. And there's so many addictions that people don't even realize. I mean, I know people that they're kleptomaniacs, but that's an addiction.
Yeah.
You know, that's just as bad as drugs. They just, because half the time they don't even know they're doing it, but they do it. You can't, you know, I don't get mad at them. I try to point it out to them, and they don't even realize that they're doing it. So you just got to, you know.
Well, addiction helps people escape pain.
Exactly.
And it's homelessness sucks. So you gotta escape the pain somehow.
Yeah. It's not, well, like I say, for me, what sucks about homelessness is, like I say, there's no running water for showers, is what, because I fairly like to be clean, and really being moved all the time. Knowing that, you know, you're never going to be steady somewhere, that they could come and move you at any time, that makes it hard for me. Other people have other complaints, but mine's really the showers and moving all the time. If I gave me one steady spot to stay, I would be good. They'd have no problems ever for me, and they'd never have to worry about nothing getting...
Well, chances are, because you have a record, it's nearly impossible to get a job.
Yes.
Right now, there are no jobs.
Yep.
So you should be in housing. That should be your permanent spot.
And they hard to get in there too. You got a big list for that, because there's a lot of homeless now, and I see more and more every day.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. You're seeing new people every day.
Every day, yeah.
And it's going to get worse. What would you want housed people to know about homeless people that they probably don't know?
Well, a lot of them are really not as bad as they think. You have a lot of mentally disturbed people out here, and that's probably why they're out here, because they're mentally disturbed. But overall, homeless people really aren't that bad. I mean, you have, it's just like regular society. You have some that your next door neighbor could be a mass murderer, you don't know. And it's the same out here. But overall, I don't think, overall it's like, I don't know, they just stereotype us, and they really have no idea, because we get blamed for everything. So they see that, they hear that, they believe it. But it's not true.
That's what I tell people is, they'll say, well, we're worried about homeless people because they're too close to the school, and no homeless person has walked into a school with an automatic weapon and start shooting up kids.
Exactly. See, homeless people are opposite of that. If we find someone that's messing with the kids or anything like that, they're females, we go after them ourselves, and we handle it, because that's just not right. You don't ever mess with kids, and...
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
Well, I know one would be get my girlfriend back. 2 would be to be left alone. 3, I don't know. 2, yeah, I know 2. But 3, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Okay.
I can't say money like everybody says, because that'd be lazy.
Yeah.
I have to work and keep going because it helps me survive.
You need purpose.
Yeah, it gives me purpose.
Right. Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming out here.